Are you a person who's worried about your credit card debt? You tried not to make that extra expenditure, but it keeps on becoming an additional debt. If you're looking for a solution, you've reached the right place. Do you want to know how to pay off your $50,000 credit card debt? Then stick on to this video till the end. Hey friends, welcome back to our channel. So as I said at the beginning of today's video, we'll learn about how you can pay off your credit card debts. Even if it's as high as $50,000, using these methods will surely help you. So before moving on to the video, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please press that red icon on the left side of the video. And also, don't forget to turn on the notification. By doing that, you'll never miss any of our videos. So let's get into it. Getting out of credit card debt that is $50,000 or more can seem impossible. However, you may attain your debt-free objective with the appropriate strategy, some solid financial tools, and time. The first thing you have to do is make a strategy to pay off your $50,000 in credit card debt. There's no one proper approach to pay off credit card debt, especially if you have a lot of it, because every financial position is different. Here are some things to think about before making a strategy to pay off your credit card debt. Then next is to make a new budget or reevaluate your current one. Dedication, persistence, and extra payments will be required to pay off $50,000 in credit card debt. To make the last one conceivable, you must first understand how much money you have and where it's going each month. If you already have a budget in place, go over it again to see how you're spending your money and where you can save money so you can focus on paying off your debt. Cutting out streaming or other services you rarely use, eating out less frequently, and extending the life of your current wardrobe without adding to it are just a few strategies to reduce your monthly budget and free up more money for debt payments. Create a new budget if you don't already have one to assist manage your money, and see if you can shift cash from other cost areas to pay down your credit cards. This starts with keeping track of your monthly expenses to see where your money's going. One of the most effective strategies to overcome lousy money habits and get back on track financially is creating and sticking to a budget, and to look for ways to reduce recurring expenses while increasing revenue. Downsizing your lifestyle isn't ideal, but it may be necessary for paying off debt and staying debt-free in the future. Examine your housing situation, car payment, and other recurring expenses to see if you can cut your monthly spending. If you're a renter, you may take on a roommate or hunt for a less expensive place to live. Look for ways to boost your revenue in addition to lowering your expenses. Increasing your monthly income by even a few $100s might make a significant difference in the long term, whether it's through asking for a raise at work, committing to overtime hours, taking on an extra job, or exploring side hustles. Make specific objectives. Making targets is going to help you a lot. Because credit cards do not have a predetermined repayment term like loans, paying them off might be difficult. You're free to pay whenever you wish, as long as you fulfill the monthly minimum payment. Set a personal goal when you want to pay off the last dollar, rather than letting the minimum payment determine your repayment approach. Make sure your objective is reasonable before you establish it. To receive an estimate of how long it will take you to pay off your credit card, use your credit card repayment calculator based on your situation and ability to pay. The next way is to select a debt repayment strategy. To avoid late payments, which can harm your credit, make at least a minimum monthly payment on each of your credit cards. Consider employing the debt avalanche or debt snowball method to work toward paying down a significant balance. The debt avalanche strategy requires you to pay the minimum monthly payments on all your credit card accounts and apply any extra charges you can afford to the account with the highest interest rate. Once you've paid off that balance, transfer all of the money you were paying toward it each month to the card with the next highest interest rate. Select a debt repayment strategy. To avoid late payments, which can harm your credit, make at least the minimum monthly payment on each of your credit cards. Consider both options in your situation to decide the best path for you. Consider other debt reduction options. Consider other ways to pay off your credit card debt more quickly and save money in addition to the debt snowball and avalanche strategies. Your credit card issuers may be willing to negotiate a lower interest rate on your credit card accounts. It's not a guarantee, and you may only get a cheaper rate for a limited time, but it can ensure that more of your monthly payments go towards your principal balance rather than interest costs. Investigate debt consolidation loans. Personal loans that can be used to pay off credit card debt are known as debt consolidation loans. Personal loans on average have lower interest rates than credit cards, so that can save you money this way. Furthermore, personal loans have predetermined payback terms, so you know when exactly you'll be done paying off your debts, and you'll have a single monthly payment to help you keep track of your money. However, if your credit score is poor, you may not be able to attain an affordable debt consolidation loan. In addition, the loan's monthly payment will almost certainly be higher than the minimum payments on your credit cards, so make sure you do the math to see if it's suitable to fit your needs. Consider a credit card with a balance transfer option. This is actually one of the great options to be considered. A balance transfer credit card is another approach to consolidate debt and save money. These cards are designed to pay off other credit card balances, and they often provide a 0% APR promotional period on those balances. While you won't be able to put down $50,000 on a balance transfer card, you might be able to utilize it to consolidate some of your debt and pay off your transferred sum before the intro APR period ends. Depending on the card, you could get a year or more of interest-free credit, making it easier to pay off credit card debt and saving hundreds or even thousands of dollars in interest. However, many balance transfer cards carry an upfront fee, usually 3 or 5% of the total transfer amount. The interest savings can often outweigh the initial investment. To qualify, you'll need good outstanding credit. Examine your debt relief options. Consolidation alternatives and payback methods may not be adequate if you're having trouble paying off your credit card debt. In that instance, credit card counseling, debt negotiation, or even bankruptcy may be worthwhile. Counseling on credit. Through a debt management plan, credit counseling might give you some relaxation. You'll make payments to the credit counseling service for a small upfront and monthly charge, and they'll pay your creditors on your behalf. Credit counselors can often work with your creditors to negotiate reduced interest rates and even monthly payments. Consider credit counseling if you've exhausted all other choices but want to avoid the credit damage that debt settlement and bankruptcy would inflict. Debt consolidation. Debt settlement is the practice of arranging a lower payment on your debts than you owe. It's usually done through a debt settlement company, which will charge you a fee. It's crucial to remember, though, that the process can harm your credit score significantly. It's because you'll have to pay the debt settlement business until you've reached the figure that the company can use to negotiate on your behalf. With tens of thousands of dollars in credit card debt, achieving this goal may take some time. Meanwhile, you're usually told to stop making payments on your accounts, which can severely damage your credit. As a result, if you've been paying on time until now, it's generally not a bright idea. However, if you're already behind on your expenses, you may already do the damage that's done, and debt settlement may be a possible choice. Bankruptcy. With any debt, bankruptcy is usually the last choice. However, if your financial condition prevents you from taking any other route to debt relief, bankruptcy may be your only alternative. If you're thinking about filing for bankruptcy, consider that it could hurt your credit for years. Consult a credit counselor or a bankruptcy lawyer to see if it's the right option for you. In the future, learn how to use your credit responsibly. Paying off $50,000 in credit card debt is a challenging endeavor, but no matter how you do it, you'll have the possibility of improving your entire financial status in the future. Once you've completed your goal of paying off your credit card debt, it's critical to maintain a proactive approach to credit card habits to avoid relapsing into the same scenario. It is especially essential if you've had to use debt settlement or bankruptcy to repair your credit. Make it a mission to check your credit score and report frequently. Your credit score reflects your overall credit health and might provide insight into your financial situation. And if necessary, your credit card report will offer you the information you may require to identify which areas to improve. If you still have credit cards or can get new ones, use them wisely and pay your bills on time and in full each month. It will help you develop a strong payment history and low credit utilization rate, both of which will help you boost your credit score. So here, we're winding up. If you liked the video, please hit that like button and make sure you share it with your friends.